Golden Boy were going to go. So obviously that was a deal put together with Oscar and John Skipper in that respect. For us, it was all about doing everything possible to get Canelo to the table, to DAZN, because he brings with him. You're talking about what, 1.1 million people paying $85 for his last fight. His fight against Fielding in December is going to be free. Okay, that was a fight that was going to go on HBO pay-per-view for $85. His next fight after that is going to be on a subscription basis, a monthly service, which is it's a complete game changer for boxing, I believe.
With the deal like Golden Boy made with DAZN, does that open up matchmaking possibilities between?
Yeah, absolutely.
With your stable,
it doesn't affect our.
Well?
We still have our 32 shows a year, but it's great because obviously it enabled us to make the Fielding fight. We're already talking about a lot of other fights together, like Danny Roman against Ray Vargas. You've got Lemieux. We have this Saturday Andrade fighting for the world middleweight title. Next Saturday in this room, we have Danny Jacobs fighting for the world middleweight title. There's every opportunity and chance that in 10 days' time, the entire middleweight belt holders will be DAZN fighters.
Perhaps a tournament.
Of course, but that's what we aim to do across all the divisions. After Beterbiev, the IBF champion, we want to sign Dimitri Bivol. We'd like to sign Alvarez, see what happens with Stevenson. So we're looking to corner and capture all of the weight divisions, and the middleweight one will be first. We touch wood that Andrade becomes world champion again this Saturday, and of course, Canelo has 2 of those belts as well.
Eddie, is this like a warning sign for Showtime and, let's say, Fox to sign these fighters like Gervonta Davis and Charles to exclusive deal to the network, where you probably like one move away from signing all?
Yeah, I mean, look, when the news broke last night, my phone was blowing up because all those guys you mentioned, they're all ready to go. Wow. But it's just making that jump, isn't it? It's saying, when you've got advisors and promoters in their ear saying, don't go to Eddie Hearn, don't go to DAZN, and then Canelo signs an 11-fight deal with DAZN. The Mikey Garcias of this world, who are sort of now should just take off their shirt, leave their swimming trunks on, and just dive straight into the DAZN pool, because this is going to shake up the world. And it's such a great deal that has happened here today, and not just for DAZN, but also for the boxing landscape. I believe today, with this announcement, you will see the end of pay-per-view boxing in the US over a period. Not today. But when you're talking about going from an $84.99 or a $99 pay-per-view to a $9.99 or even a free fight like in December, this is going to change boxing. And it's not just Canelo. This is Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua against Deontay Wilder, I believe, will happen on DAZN as well. And I saw Bob Arum's comments saying that he thinks that Showtime will follow HBO out of boxing. I tend to agree with him.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, because I just think it's going to get so competitive, it's going to get so fierce, that HBO have basically decided we don't want this anymore, we're out, and everyone's going to have to dig deep, because we are literally just getting started. And what you're going to see is a ripple effect, not just coming to Matchroom, but fighters coming to Golden Boy as well, having and wanting to fight on DAZN. If you are a middleweight contender and you want to fight Canelo, or in 10 days you want to fight for a middleweight world title, you have to be on DAZN, or you will not challenge for the world middleweight title. And if you want to fight Anthony Joshua, you have to be on DAZN.
Eddie, do you anticipate any of the PBC fighters becoming your way?
Well, they're already, I mean, obviously we got Artur Beterbiev, he's supposed to be a PBC fighter, apparently he's with us. Jesse Vargas has signed with us as well. Loads of conversations with others, but I just feel like this news, I know the conversations that I've been having with people who are like, again, going back to the naysayers who want to say that this isn't the right move for them, that won't work. Let's look at the arguments. Oh, they won't attract the star fighters. Okay, so we start with Anthony Joshua and Canelo. Not bad stuff. Oh, they won't get the subscribers. We're already at a good run of subscriber base in the last 3 or 4 weeks. Now we've got Canelo on the platform. I mean, how many subscribers? If 1.1 million people want to pay $90 to watch Canelo, how many people want to watch him free in December? How many people want to watch the Golovkin rematch for $9.99 a month? Yeah. So that argument's out now as well. So we just have to keep banging down the door, keep knocking down the door, and showing people that this is the future of boxing. And we're lucky enough to partner up with people in DAZN. They're not stopping. They're just touching the surface. And this deal is such a huge deal with Canelo. They went straight out and got it. John Skipper is a dynamic individual that wants to just change the face of boxing. And when you've got the pockets that these guys have got, you can go and get fighters like Canelo.
Eddie, now based on this deal, you said there's no more pay-per-view, right? In terms of Canelo, is this 5-year deal, 11 fights, 5 years? all subscription based, or there might be a time where a fight may be bigger than that you have to make the pay-per-view?
The plan, you'll get a chance to speak to John Skipper later, but the plan for DAZN is to be a subscription service. Ultimately, the first one against Fielding, which they'll talk about in a minute, is free. There is no subscription. You can free subscribe to that fight. So again, that's an early Christmas present for fight fans that on HBO would have had to pay $84.99 for that Canelo pay-per-view fight. So their aim is to take boxing away from pay-per-view. Pay-per-view is a very important model in the UK, where we're from, but it's $25 for a major fight. $85, $100 is so much money, and I think fight fans will embrace this move and embrace DAZN as a way. And don't forget, it's not just Canelo, it's not just Anthony Joshua, it's 32 fight nights a year from Matchroom. It's the World Boxing Super Series, 3 weight classes. It's now Golden Boy shows. It's the WBSS, which we talked about. It's the Bellator, it's the Combat Americas. They're going to be making major sports announcements as well over the next few months. And again, DAZN isn't a fight platform. That's just their first sport that they've encapsulated onto the platform. So, you're just going to see the subscriber base grow and grow.
Canelo was subscribed to, I believe, $300 million over the course of 5 or 10 years or so. Is that going to compromise your coffers in terms of signing other fighters to some degree?
No, I mean, that's the money for Canelo.
Right.
They've got some shows off the back of that. Of course, people said, are they coming out of your shows? No, but they're not going to give Canelo without finding a home for Golden Boy fighters as well. So we'll be working together. Wherever they went with Canelo, they were getting dates.
Sure.
So now it's under the same umbrella. The great news for us is we're able to go back to those fighters that said, we're almost ready, but we want to see how you get on. Now they'll watch this today and say, right, and we even saw it last night, with the news breaking. People saying, you've got Canelo, right, okay, let's talk.
Eddie, can you explain how Canelo gets paid? Is it fight by fight? Or does he get
again, look, that's
divided by 10?
That's something for Golden. That's a question better suited to Golden Boy. But it's obviously you've got to think about the maths in that. If he's losing the pay-per-view revenue, that's got to be replaced by a rights fee.
Eddie, let's switch it up real quick with Gervonta Davis. I know you guys had on Twitter how his frustration of leaving Mayweather Promotions, not getting a lot of fights. What's the current update with you and Gervonta?
Nothing. I've made now Mayweather Promotions 2 offers. The first one was big. The second one was gigantic. They came straight back and said we're not interested. But again, it's a plan for us to work across the divisions. We have Tevin Farmer. He's fighting for the world title on Saturday, defending his IBF title. Hopefully he can win that. The Tevin Farmer and Gervonta Davis fight is an obvious fight. But these fighters, they're not getting any activity. Gervonta Davis is one of the best stars in the boxing. He boxed once this year in April. I've got loads to say. Don't worry, we'll catch you.
3 times or 4 times a year for an A-level fighter, would you
For Davis, 4 times a year.
4 times a year.
Cheers.
Thank you, Eddie.